About that time, Caesar Augustus ordered a census to be taken throughout the empire. This was the first census when Quirinius was governor of Syria. Everyone had to travel to his own ancestral hometown to be accounted for. So Joseph went from the Galilean town of Nazareth up to Bethlehem in Judah, David's town, for the census. As a descendant of David, he had to go there. He went with Mary, his fiancée, who was pregnant. While they were there, the time came for her to give birth. She gave birth to a son, her firstborn. She wrapped him in a blanket and laid him in a manger, because there was no room in the hostel.
On the eve of Israel's 74th Independence Day, the country's population stands at 9.5 million people, according to figures released this week ahead of the holiday by the Central Bureau of Statistics. This includes 7.021 million Jews, which make up 73.9% of Israel's population, along with some 2 million Arabs comprising 21.1% of the population and nearly 500,000 others accounting for 5% of the population. And Israel's population is a relatively young one. Almost one-third of the population are children aged 0 to 14, and only around 12% are over the age of 65. Since Israel's founding, over 3.3 million immigrants arrived in Israel, nearly 45% of them arriving since 1990. Today, around 79% of the Jews living in the country are Sabras, meaning that they were born in Israel. And in the end of 2020, 45% of the world's Jews lived in Israel.
The gospel. God sends his Son into the world, the God-man, really man, really God, really human, really divine, lives a perfect life, fulfills the whole law, dies in the place of sinners intentionally, absorbs all the wrath of God against those who believe in him, takes away all their guilt, forgives all their sins, rises from the dead triumphant over death and hell and Satan, sins, rules with power from on high, will come again, give eternal life, raise from the dead all those who trusted in him. There is no better news